Hello, my Scorpios. Hello, and welcome to your 2024 overview reading. This is Sherry, and this is Soul Conscious Tarot. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and feel free to leave the rest. The way these have been working out is it seemed to be an overarching theme, something that you might encounter or have to work through throughout the year, something that might come up. It's kind of an overarching theme that you might be dealing with. So let's see what we got here for you, Scorpio. What do we got for Scorpios in 2024? Life is better together, Scorpio. So, I actually, Gemini got this card as well in their reading. It was kind of paired with something, but it says life is better together. So if you have Gemini in your chart, by the way, you might want to go look at that. Seek assistance from your community. Connect with family, friends, or others who will support you. It can be as simple as making a phone call. So let's see what else comes through with that, because I'm feeling a different energy than what I was getting from that card from Gemini. It's almost like I feel like connecting with others this in 2024 is going to bring you a lot of happiness, is what I feel, Scorpio. Like reaching out, like, because there's all these people, and there's the bubbles. So I'm like getting this kind of like joyful playfulness, and it is dolphins, and dolphins are playful, joyful, playful creatures. And so I'm getting that, like, you'll have like connecting with others, and in 2024 is going to bring you a lot of joy and pleasure. Interesting that as soon as I say that, we have 45 come out, the sad embrace. And so it might be the fact that maybe you've had some stuff going on. Maybe your life in 2023 could have been a rough year, or some things have happened that have gotten you a little bit down, where you're kind of stuck in a sense. I'm getting a little bit of maybe, down in the dumps, stuck energy. And it's not like you can't function. I mean, this person looks like they're grief, but I feel like this is more the grief that is like behind closed doors grief that maybe people don't realize, because it's like you're trying to do your best, Scorpio, to do what you need to do. But, I think you've just had, life's been a little bit challenging recently, is the way I'm going to put it. And so that's why I feel like this is coming through, that there's this need to connect with others to bring more joy and happiness into your life, because, there's been things that have taken, like, you haven't had time for that. I feel like there's been something going on in your life, Scorpio, that you haven't had a lot of time to really feel good and have a lot of, like, just overall just feeling good and happy and joy, And I feel like that's why there's this, life is better together, because I really feel like it's saying connect with people, go out, have a good time, that you're really needing that happiness, joy, and playfulness in your life. So we have for you the Align card, centering. And so the trigger statement here is I feel conflicted. And then the true statement is I am true to my highest self. Your focus needs to turn within to reflect on stories that are not true for you. Love is the way through. Okay. So, I mean, of course, that's all talking about reflecting on some stuff. Maybe reflecting, maybe that's what's been going on. I feel like that's what has been going on. There's been this, like there's stuff that's gone on in your life, Scorpio, that's made you kind of have to look at things. It's almost like a little bit of a tower moment where, there's been just some upheaval, some things that made you reflect and made you look at certain things differently, or to change, like, maybe something was really brought to your attention, I want to say, that you realized, maybe you realized you were doing something that you've always done, and realized that maybe that wasn't for your highest good, and it's something you need to change. Maybe a way you were acting hurt other people, and it's coming to your attention now that the way that your actions were hurting others and caused some separation, and now it's time to make amends. That's for some of you, but I don't feel like it's for all of you, but that is for somebody out there. But I also feel like that it could be just, there is this, it says trigger statement of I feel conflicted. And so, and I'm definitely feeling that, like there's been some, like not knowing what direction to take, not knowing what actions to take. And so, I feel like definitely it's telling me that 2024 is definitely going to be a year for you, Scorpio, about getting in touch, meeting some people, finding your tribe, finding people that you align with, finding people that you have, because I get a line, because we have a line, find people that and places and things that you align with, because we have this centering align that you align with that are for your highest self, for your highest good, for your highest self, that's going to bring you back into alignment with you, Scorpio. That's going to bring you back into alignment with you. This is what it's saying. Connect with those people, places, and things that will bring you back to your center, that will bring you back to who you are, who your highest self is supposed to be, who your true self is supposed to be, so that you can feel like yourself again. Because I feel like you haven't been feeling like yourself. And so it's calling for 2024. It's calling for you to bring yourself back to yourself again. And friends and people are going to help you do that. So we have Unakite, trust. The way they did those letters with the colors, it makes it very hard to read. The best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. Okay, so does somebody, and then we have, this is talking about people, and I kind of, I did say like there might have been something that happened, where there was a falling out with people, and it could definitely have been about like, somebody, lost trust and people and parted ways with them, but, and that could be some of the despair that you felt, or some of the heartache here, because I'm getting a little bit there, because this is an isolated energy, because 4 plus 5 equals 9, and 9 is usually an independent energy. So this is a card where you've been alone, Scorpio. You've been maybe alone a lot recently. And so there's this strong need to connect with others again. But to do that, you have to trust, you have to, you can't, exactly what this card says. The best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. You have to trust others to, it's like trust somebody until they show you differently. Okay. Believe them, trust that they have good intentions until they show you otherwise. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull some tarot here and see what we have there. What do you have for my Scorpios, please? I almost said Gemini because of that card coming out for Gemini. What do you have for my Scorpios, please? What do you have for my Scorpios? We have the 9 of Wands. The High Priestess. And the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is talking a lot about trusting. It seems like learning to trust others is going to be a big theme for you, Scorpio. I feel like you have some wounding around trust issues. And that's why it's like recenter. And this is saying about trust. There's definitely, and connecting with others. There's this almost like, like you feel you've been wounded so much that almost like you feel like you can't trust your intuition sometimes when it comes to people and investing in people. I'm working on building a relationship with people, because it's like there's this energy that you're always going to get wounded. And so there's trust issues here. Like you have, because Scorpio, you've been wounded so much that it's very hard for you to trust others, that their intentions are good. So it's like you don't want to necessarily work on relationships. Like I almost am getting the sense that you give up on them before they really have a chance, because you're not trusting your intuition to know if someone is going to be true to you or not, is what I'm getting. And I know I'm going to get ready to pull 3 cards on relationships, because this was supposed to be, like general, and I'm going to pull 3 cards more that should be more relationship centric. But I mean, I feel like your whole reading is in a sense relationship centric, because it's people, it's your connection with people that it needs to be worked on. Your trust issues, I feel, are, learning to trust people again is going to be extremely, extremely important for you in 2020. Yeah, strength. Trusting people is going to be extremely important for you in 2024. Trying to heal those trust issues, those wounds around trust. Okay, so you have the Strength, the Lovers, and this is why healing those trust issues is so important. Yeah, because how are you going to have a good connection, romantic connection with somebody if there's trust issues? You have to have the strength to overcome. This goes back to this card again, this trust card. Of the best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. And so it's calling for you to have the strength to overcome your fear around trust issues, to have this connection. I think a good connection is coming in, something that is going to be significant, a strong connection, and that can be potentially bring a lot of happiness and joy into your life and get you out of this defeated energy. But it's only going to happen if you can trust this other person, if you can let somebody in and trust them. Yeah, get that new perspective, see things, this, I really get that this is trust, where normally you don't trust people, Scorpio. This is the Hangman gets goes upside down so he can see things from a new perspective. And so it's getting a new perspective on the fact that, don't discount people. Just because someone has been, untrustworthy in the past, just because like you've been hurt by one person doesn't mean somebody else is going to hurt you in the same way, that they're going to treat you in the same way, that they're going to pull the same wool over your eyes in the same way. Every person is different, and not everybody is going to, treat you, or cause you pain, or have, have some kind of agenda. And so I really feel like, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple more cards on this Hangman. Can you clarify this Hangman for me? What is Scorpio trying to get a new perspective on? What is Scorpio trying to get a new perspective on, please? The Seven of Swords. Yeah, that's the trust issues. Yeah. Get a new perspective on how people hurt you. That I feel like you've been hurt by, people that you couldn't trust. And so now you don't trust people. And so it's calling for you in 2024. It's exactly what I said. It's calling for you to get a new perspective on how you look at people, and it around how you, the lack of trust you have in people because of the pain that you've been caused, possibly in past relationships, that the pain that people have caused you because of the deceit and the lies, or whatever. There's people in your past, Scorpio, that have made you feel this way, where, have betrayed you and caused you so much pain that you have these trust issues that now need to be healed. And this can be a card of going within, and this kind of talk, we have this centering, which is spiraling within and going within. And it even says here about turning within to reflect, and this is exactly what the hangman does. He goes into the hangman tree so that he can reflect on things and get a new perspective. And it even says here, this is beautifully aligned because in your card is alignment, but it also says the way through, the love is the way through. Love is the way through. And to not judge a book by its cover. You got to trust somebody. You can't know if you can trust somebody until you trust them. You have to put that trust, you have to take that leap of faith. You have to be that fool, and you have to take that leap of faith if you want, to know if somebody's going to trust you. Again, I think the big theme is to basically have faith and trust in someone until they show you that you can't. Because you can't base, what your experiences in the past, you can't base what somebody else did, a different person did to you, and compare that and bring that and project that onto a new person, because they haven't done that to you. They haven't caused you any pain. So you can't assume that they're going to cause you pain just because others have caused you pain in the past. You can't expect new people to treat you the same way. If you come into a relationship, any relationship you come into, when you have this baggage, these trust issues, this pain and these trust issues, it will break any relationship. It will break it down. Trust issues are one of the biggest issues that cause breakups in relationships, is lack of trust. And a lot of times, especially in our society today, with so many people that have had broken relationships, that a lot of people harbor those trust issues, and they're bringing them to new relationships, and all it does is end up causing strife in their new relationships, because they're bringing and projecting that pain onto the new relationship, even though that person has not done anything to warrant, that kind of level of projection onto them. So that's what I have for you, my Scorpios, for 2024. I hope this resonated with you, or it helps you in some way in 2024. And, feel free to leave any comments below. I hope that you'll like and subscribe to my channel, because it does help the algorithm and help, these videos circulate to more people, which is always a good thing, because the more people it can get in front of, the more people it can help, is my philosophy. It's a true pay it forward system. So I thank you so very much for joining me. I wish you the best in 2024, this coming year. Once again, thank you. Blessed be. Much harmony and gratitude to you, my Scorpios.